Betsy Batten.
And I'm Amy Krantz.
And we're the 8th grade math co-teaching team at Greenbrier Middle School in Chesapeake, Virginia.
Today we want to share with you our co-teaching model.
We usually begin each lesson with a one teach, one assist model.
I may start the warm-up while Betsy checks homework, takes the roll, and also gets a feel for the temperament of the kids.
We teach together after the kids come back from PE, so sometimes there's issues that happen in the locker room or the hallways, and one of us is free to go deal with that while the other one keeps the class moving.
And Betsy usually starts the direct instruction, but we realize how important this piece is for kids with disabilities, so it's really a joint effort, especially at the planning stage.
If I'm conducting the class, I'm not always able to judge the clarity of my instruction, so Amy or Miss Ames, who's our teacher assistant, will jump in if they see a student that's lost or confused or if I leave something out.
And after direct instruction, we always incorporate practice with scaffolding as needed.
Our favorite way to practice is to use flexible grouping. That allows us to really differentiate individual skills, to sharpen the skills, and to give the kids what they need.
And some of the students are very weak in number sense, and then there's some who just process more slowly, and then we have those who they just get it and they're ready to go.
Flexible groups allows us to enrich or remediate as we need to, and with 3 adults in the room, we're able to keep the group small and sometimes even provide individual instruction.
The clip you will see is an example of our small groupings, and currently the students are in review mode preparing for the state test.
The SOL that they're working on is solving 2 to 4-step equations.
I will be working with a group of students who don't seem to have the concept of equation solving down. So I'm going to use a more hands-on approach to help them see what's going on when you actually solve equations.
Miss Ames will be working on the computer with some students who get it. They know the steps, but they're not fluent. They need more skill practice, more drill. She's using a program called IXL, and it will give them feedback as they solve each problem. And then I'll be working with a group of students who really have it. They're ready to go and see the connection between equations and real-life problems. Their task is going to be to create equations from a given word problem.
Michael, you sure? If you're not sure, use your folder to tell you the first step you need to do for this problem. See what you have done. Do you understand what you're supposed to do? Once you do that, you put your answer into the computer. Wonderful job, Michael. Right. Good job. Continue to the next one. Remember, if you're not sure, use your folder that tells you which step you need to do first, your second step.
One of the things that I always get asked from you guys is, when are we ever going to use this? Okay? Well, you've shown me that you know how to solve equations, and now I'm going to show you when you might use them. So read this question to yourself and tell me what the answer is. Good, Justin. It's 3. Did you even need to think about that?
In a way.
You read that problem, and it was just real easy to you. That's something you did in 1st grade. All right, try this one. Okay, again, a little bit slower, but it was easy, right? Okay. So was it a little bit trickier?
In a way.
You had to think about it, because this time you were working back. You were trying to find out how many calories you had. All right, let's try this one. Oh, a little bit trickier, right? Well, as problems get more complex, you won't be able to do them in your head as easily, right? That's why we use algebra. Let's look at this one. Sean solved 4 more boxes. What is it that we don't know anything about?
Chuck.
Chuck. So how are we going to express Chuck? He's our unknown. He will be the what?
Control.
Well, yeah, you're in science class there. But in math, what do we call the thing we don't know?
The variable.
The variable, okay? So we're going to let Chuck equal x, okay? Now, Kara is 8 years older than that. So how can I write that in algebra?
8 over 8 minus x.
All right, will you write down what you think it is on your whiteboard? How would you express Kara? Because Kara is 8 years older. All right, so let me ask you something, Michaela. If Chuck is 1 year, Chuck's going to be in 5 years. He's X years old now. In 5 more years, we're adding 5 years. Good, Jennifer. Good, Keontae. All right, look. Well, now think about it. If he's X years old now, each year we're going to add a year, right? So he's going to be X plus 5. Okay? Now, what about Kara? How old will she be in 5 years? The same years are going to pass. Right now, she's X plus 8, right? So what's going to happen?
It's going to be.
Alright guys, we are going to look at equations today, okay? And because I think y'all get the concept, but I just want to kind of throw this other connection in there. How is an equation like a balance beam?
Because one has to go on one side and one has to go on the other.
Okay, so what would happen if, right now, I'm going to put one, what are these, dice,
Yeah.
in there, and one in there. Okay, and what happens? It's what?
Leveled out.
It should be level, yes. Okay, now what happens when I take one out?
Then it'll go down.
It goes down on that side, right?
Yeah.
So with equations, whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other side, right? So what I want y'all to do is write down this equation on here. I want you to write x plus 5 equals, where would the equal sign go?
The middle of the balance beam.
Exactly. So your equals is going to go here. And then on the other side, put 10. Okay, so what is the first thing that we need to do when we're solving that? And I'm going to have my x in my balance beam here, and I'm going to put 5. Okay, so what do you need to do to solve this equation? What's my first step I need to do?
Get the x on one side.
Okay, or remember when we used to use, when y'all were using the foldable, when we first learned how to do this, what was the first thing you looked at? Okay, and what is added or subtracted to
Oh,
the
yeah.
variable, right? So do we have something added to our variable?
Yes.
Yes. What is added to the variable? A 5. So what do we need to do with the 5? Subtract it, so we move it to the other side, right? So, but if we subtract it on this side, to keep it even, what do I have to do? Subtract on the other side. So I want y'all to do that. So what does x equals 5? Good. All right, let's try one more. Y'all can erase. Okay. Let's do, this time we're going to do a 2-step, because that was just a simple 1-step. So let's do a 2-step equation. So I want y'all to write 2x. So I'm going to have 2 x's minus 4 equals 8. Okay, now again, what's my first step?
Add 4 on one side.
Right, we're going to add 4 on both sides. So we want to keep it even. Okay, so then I have 2x, you get, remember